Welcome to Badminton Unlimited, your weekly access to badminton and beyond. This week, Bitburger Open men's singles champion Anthony Sinisuka Ginting tells us about his latest achievement. And we're in Germany to find out how the Bitburger Open is helping to keep badminton in the country's sporting conscience. September 17th marked a momentous triumph for one young Indonesian. Anthony Sinisuka Ginting tasted success in his first MetLife BWF World Superseries final when he defeated his countryman, Jonathan Christie. Clinching the men's singles crown at this year's Bitburger Open meant so much for the 21-year-old, and the West Java native is already hooked on that winning feeling.
Ya, pastinya sangat penting sih buat.
It was such an important victory in Korea. My family were delighted and proud of my achievement at the tournament that week. Personally for me, it's very special because everyone knows it's not easy to be a champion. Now that I've tasted winning a big title, I hope it will give me added determination and more self-belief to grab more honors in the tournaments ahead of me.
Buat pertandingan-pertandingan berikutnya.
Speaking to Badminton Unlimited from Indonesia's National Training Center in Jakarta recently, the world number 14 revealed how his fortunes were very different not too long ago. Despite flashes of brilliance in the past 2 years, Anthony's presence on the senior circuit was largely anonymous. The uninspiring run of form threatened to sink his career into obscurity.
In 2015, I managed to achieve a string of surprising results. I was able to find myself in the quarterfinals and semi-finals. But even then, I thought there was no stability in my performances. I could play well in one tournament, but I would crash out in the early rounds in the next one. In 2016, it was only my semi-final finish in Australia that was the best result. Naturally, that affected my confidence, and I was at a low point. It was a difficult time, but I knew I'm the only one who can get myself out of it. I kept training and praying hard.
Harus melewati sendiri dan yang pastinya berdoa.
With his self-belief fast spiraling down, Anthony badly needed a respite. And all it took was some time away from the court to be with those he holds dear.
Waktu 2016.
At the end of 2016, we had a short break. That was what I needed because it freshened both my mind and body. It gave me some time for myself to think about how I can change my game approach and set ambitions for 2017. It certainly helped that I was able to spend time with my family. It felt really good to be with them.
Refresh lagi lah ya.
Recharged and revitalized, Anthony came back to the national team fold, eager to compete again. The right-hander began his 2017 season full of promise. By the end of April, Anthony was a semi-finalist in 4 tournaments, including the OUE Singapore Open, where he lost out to India's Kidambi Srikanth.
Pastinya ada rasa kecewa kan kalah.
Of course, I felt disappointed because anyone would have wanted to win. But I felt very positive in defeat because I knew I played well and managed to show a lot of my potential. The results may not reflect my ambition, but it certainly gave me indications that there's still a lot of room for me to get better as I compete in more and more tournaments.
Masih banyak pertandingan yang harus saya kejar sih di situ.
The Youth Olympics bronze medal winner stayed the course, and his patience paid off handsomely in Korea, in which he was up against his teammate, Jonathan Christie. Indonesia's 2 young guns played an enthralling 3-game final lasting over an hour, and it was Anthony who kept his composure better to seal his maiden senior title in a nail-biting finish.
Saat itu, apalagi
there was one point in the game I was trailing with a score at 18-19. But I knew there was nothing to lose, so I just kept praying to God so I can find the strength to keep going. Suddenly I caught up to 20-20 and then to 21-20 and went on to win it 22-20. I felt I was able to get my victory because I never stopped believing in myself. All of my prayers throughout the match were answered, and I kept thanking God for helping me to get over the line.
Not since 2008 did Indonesia manage to field 2 of its own in a World Superseries men's singles final, and Anthony is proud to have done his part. He may have had to defeat a good friend in Korea, but Anthony is adamant the All-Indonesia finale is evidence the nation's men's singles team will now go on to be a force to be reckoned with in the tournaments to come.
In badminton, there's always going to be a winner and a loser. I guess that's where the situation gets tricky, when you must face your friend in the final. But it doesn't matter whether we like it or not. Both of us knew we needed to compete in the best way possible. Whoever would lose in the end, we knew we had to be gracious in defeat. Even if I were to lose that day, I must take it into my stride as well. In the bigger picture, it gives a big motivation for the men's singles players in the national team. We're hoping there will be more all-Indonesian finals, and we can look forward to win team titles together.
Anthony Sinisuka Ginting's rite of passage is another glowing example of how patience and persistence are crucial factors for success. And as the latest star in men's singles basks in the limelight, his gratitude to the people who have helped him to get there will never waver.
Saya berterima kasih juga untuk keluarga.
I want to thank my family, friends, and teammates in the national team. All of them have shown great support all this while so that I'm able to perform my best and achieve as much as I can. Especially during my trying times when I was going through a rough patch of form in 2016. They never stopped believing in me, always encouraging me to keep on going until I've tasted success.
Untuk meraih yang terbaik.
Time for some trivia. We want you to name the first Russians to have struck gold at the Yonex All England Open Championships. Have a think and we'll tell you the answer after the break. After the break, we are in Saarbrücken, Germany, to report on how the Bitburger Badminton Open has remained an exciting proposition for international shuttlers. Before the break, we wanted you to name the first Russians to have struck gold at the Yonex All England Open Championships. The answer is Vladimir Ivanov and Ivan Sozonov. In 2016, the men's doubles duo from Russia stunned Hiroyuki Endo and Kenichi Hayakawa of Japan in a 3-game thriller and opened their World Superseries account by taking home one of the most prestigious titles in world badminton. The unseeded pair's 21-23, 21-18, 21-16 victory in Birmingham made them the first ever players from the Russian Federation to clinch an All-England crown. Germany is not quite the global force in badminton, but the country still boasts 2 BWF Grand Prix gold events. There's the Yonex German Open, held annually in the early part of the year, and then there's the Bitburger Badminton Open, held in October here in the city of Saarbrücken. So, why 2 tournaments at the same level in the same country?
The reason is that in Germany we have not so much power and money to host bigger tournaments like Premier Super Series or New World Tour Series. So this is at present so the level we can have in Germany, both German Open and Bitburger Open. That's the reason, because we have two of these tournaments.
There are, of course, differences in the 2 tournaments. While the German Open has shifted venues across the country since 1955, before settling in Mulheim an der Ruhr since 2005, the Bitburger Open, however, has remained at Saarbrücken since its inception in 1988. In addition, the Bitburger Open also has a special social event called Players' Night.
Bitburger Open, in my opinion, has a special special kind of promote this tournament, the sport. So, so the guys who do this, they have a special feeling, try to do something different than normal. They have a very popular is this players party with more than 1,500 people coming on Friday. So it's a social event, and so this makes a little bit the difference to the German Open.
No one knows the Bitburger Badminton Open tournament better than Mr. Frank Liedtke.
Ja, ich bin ja der Turnierdirektor.
I'm the tournament director, the person heading the whole event. The Bitburger Badminton Open is a tournament that has been organized for 30 years now. And I've been here for 30 years. Everything started off like all the others that had a small regional tournament in the city of Saarbrücken. It became a TBV tournament a bit later, and then it rose with the help of the European Badminton Union. It is now a BWF sanctioned tournament.
Internationales BWF-Turnier.
German badminton is in transition, with several of their top players, like men's singles shuttler Max Wiebler, doubles specialist Michael Fuchs and his mixed doubles partner Birgit Oervizier, having retired. The importance of the Bitburger Open, and the German Open for that matter, is crucial in promoting the racket sport to the younger generation and in producing the next batch of top-level players.
Such tournaments like German Open or Bitburger Open is very important, because here in our home country the younger ones has a chance to start to play on such a level, such a tournament, and it's very easy for them because we have our one of the main training centers here in Saarbrücken, so it's very easy for the most of young players to start here in their home.
Das Turnier hilft dem deutschen Badmintonsport.
Yes, the tournaments will help German badminton expand its reaches because the matches are broadcasted in the region and nationwide as well. We are not a major sport, but rather a marginal sport here in Germany. Through these tournaments, we can show more of the badminton action and hopefully fascinate the public. Someone who comes down to watch the game live at the venue will for sure become a fan of the sport.
Wird mit Sicherheit ein Fan dieser Sportart.
The challenge facing badminton in Germany is pretty clear. Google sport in Germany and badminton doesn't come up quite so easily.
The main challenge in Germany is that we have enough sponsors and enough money to create this tournament, because badminton is not a top sport in Germany, so other sports have more in focus for the public, for the companies. But this is the main challenge, in my opinion, all the time to have enough money and enough sponsors that we can hold the tournament on such a level. My hope is that we can hold this tournament on such or nearly the same level in Germany, because it's a very important part of the German badminton, structure, tournament structure. So, and I hope that perhaps we can still have 13 years more.
And finally, Frank Liedtke explains why bigger is not necessarily better when it comes to the size of the arena where the Bitburger Badminton Open is held.
Ja, ich habe das ja schon seit Jahren.
I've been telling this to the media for years now. Saarlandhalle is the best possible venue in Saarland for the Bitburger Badminton Open. We have a fantastic audience, we have perfect seating areas, we have a good balance between the main stage and side rooms. We can organize secondary events and the hall is not too large. In fact, a 12,000-seat stadium wouldn't help us, as this would not be ideal for badminton in Germany. Right now, we are currently happy with our 4,500 seating capacity. We still have a good infrastructure and we are very satisfied with the venue.
Infrastruktur hier, und damit sind wir sehr, sehr zufrieden mit dieser Halle.
Size doesn't matter here. What is more significant is that each one who enters the Saarlandhalle will get to witness and enjoy top-class badminton action, and both players and fans alike will walk away with a memorable experience. Last week, the MetLife BWF World Superseries Tour made its last ever bow at the Yonex Sunrise Hong Kong Open. Mixed doubles raised the curtains on finals day with a repeat of last week's showpiece at the Tahoe China Open. Number 5 seeds Zheng Siwei and Huang Yaqiong renewed their rivalry with Denmark's Matthias Christiansen and Christina Pedersen. The Chinese duo surged to an early lead and quickly closed out the opening game with ease. Christiansen and Pedersen continued to struggle in the following game, leaving their opponents to wrap up a 21-15, 21-13 victory in just 35 minutes. Zheng and Huang clinching their second consecutive World Superseries crown as a pair. Denmark was in action once again in men's doubles as Mads Conrad Petersen and Mads Pila Kolding took on the number 1 seeds Marcus Fernaldi Gideon and Kevin Sanjaya Sukamuljo. The Danes haven't won against the Indonesians in their previous 2 meetings this year and were hoping for a different outcome at the Hong Kong Coliseum. But with Gideon and Sukamuljo in red-hot form, it would have taken something special to prevent them from clinching the first game. Conrad Petersen and Kolding put up a valiant effort in the second, but there was no denying the world number 1 duo from securing their 6th World Superseries crown of 2017. Final score 21-12, 21-18. Last year's winner Tai Tzu-ying defended her women's singles title against 2016 Rio Olympic silver medalist Prasala V. Sindhu. Tai took control early in the opener, and despite her Indian opponent clawing her way back up to even the score at 18 all, the Chinese Taipei ace kept her focus to seal the first game. Prasala tried to impose herself in the second, but her opponent responded well to snuff out any danger. Tai concluded the match in straight games with the final score 21-18, 21-18. The world number 1 clinching her 5th World Superseries crown this year. Women's doubles followed up next with Chen Qingchen and Jia Yifan up against Gracia Polly and Apriyani Rahayu. The Indonesians got the start they wanted, shocking the reigning world champions who conceded the opening game. However, Chen and Tia reasserted their authority in the second to level the match at 1 apiece. Polly and Rahayu's challenge fizzled out in the deciding game, and their Chinese opponents were quick to seize control. After an hour and 10 minutes, it was game over. Chen and Tia victorious with the final score 14-21, 21-16, 21-15. And wrapping up the day was a mouth-watering clash in men's singles. Olympic champion Chen Long squaring up against former world number 1 Lee Chong-wei. In a repeat of the gold medal showdown at last year's Rio 2016 Olympic Games, both superstars were keen to capture the last World Superseries title ever. The first game was largely a one-sided contest with the Malaysian ace cruising to 21. Chen played better in the second as he looked to force the match to a deciding third game. Deadlocked at 19 all, it was Lee who came out on top in the end, grabbing the next 2 points to win his 5th crown in Hong Kong. 21-14, 21-19 read the final result. Coming up next after the break, BWF World Junior Champion in men's singles, Kunlavut Vitisarn takes us through his winning journey. Get connected with us on social media. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook and tell us what you think of the latest news. Or perhaps you just want to leave an encouraging post for your favorite player on Facebook. If you've got any comments or photos, share them with us on these social media platforms. First, it was Ratchanok Intanon. At the age of 14, she became Thailand's first ever World Junior Champion in women's singles. The Thai starlet then went on to defend her title in the next 2 editions. After that, no other singles shuttler from the Land of Smiles claimed the crown. till 2017. The new hero is 16-year-old Kunlavat Vidisan. The teenager's proudest moment arrived at the 19th BWF World Junior Championships held in Indonesia in October, when he successfully clinched the championship title in the men's singles.
ครับความรู้สึกของผมตอนนั้นก็คือ
I am very happy and proud that at my age, I have already achieved this. I am glad to win this title for my country.
สร้างชื่อเสียงให้กับประเทศชาติได้ครับ
Badminton Unlimited visited Banthong Yot Badminton School in Bangkok, Thailand, to meet up with the country's next big thing in the sport. Kunlavat, or affectionately known as Nongview, is the latest product of the famous badminton school that has seen some of its protégés like Ratchanok Intanon go on to earn a place amongst the world's best and enjoy international honours.
เราก็มีความภูมิใจ
We are very proud of Nongview. We didn't expect him to win this year because he's only 16 years old. I'm very happy because this is Thailand's first title in men's singles. It was history in the making for us. And if he can maintain his standard and gradually rises in his game, he should be able to make it like Ratchanok. It will be possible for him to win a championship title 3 times in a row.
รัชนกค่ะคือแชมป์3 สมัยก็อาจจะเป็นไปได้ค่ะ
Kunlavat's passion for badminton was first planted by his father, who was a coach. But it was the country's famous daughter, 2013 world champion Ratchanok Intanon, who inspired the young shuttler to pursue the sport.
ครับที่ผมย้ายเข้ามาในโรงเรียนบ้านทองหยอดนะครับเพราะว่า
The reason I decided to train at Banthong Yot Badminton School was because of P. May. I saw her standing on the podium as the world champion when I was only 12. So I decided to come here. In their gym, I can exercise to keep my body fit.
เพิ่มสปีดลูกของตัวเองนะครับ
Kunlavat's first taste of international victory was at the OUE Singapore Youth International, where he won the men's singles title. Quick on his feet and already possessing some very good techniques and control of his game, the young shuttler began to make his mark on the international scene. In 2015, he was the runner-up in the solo category at the Badminton Asia Under-15 Junior Championships, while clinching top spots in the men's and mixed doubles. At this year's Badminton Asia Junior Championships in Jakarta, Kunlavat was within reach of qualifying for the final, only to be edged out by eventual champion Leong Junhao from Malaysia in the semis. And the consolation bronze medal taught the teenager some valuable lessons.
ครับประสบการณ์นี้
I played with very good players. I got to understand my own skills. When I came back, I fixed some of my mistakes and improved my game.
พัฒนาตัวขึ้นไปครับ
When the BWF World Junior Championships descended on Yogyakarta in October, Kunlavat was geared up and ready. Seeded number 1, the young shuttler went all the way to the final and exacted revenge on Malaysia's Leong Junhao.
การแข่งกับ
When I played against him, I had to keep changing my strategy. Normally, I like to attack. At first, I played very offensively, but when I lost, I switched to a more defensive play. I began to see the results.
ก็กลับมาชนะได้
The 3-game battle ended with a victorious Kunlavat standing tall as Thailand's first World Junior Champion in men's singles. The celebration didn't end there. The teenager returned to a hero's welcome at Bangkok's Suvarnabhumi International Airport.
รู้สึกภูมิใจครับเพราะว่า
I began to see the results. Because it was the first tournament that I won that people were waiting to welcome me at the airport. My parents were usually busy, but this time they were waiting to greet me. There were journalists too. I felt very happy.
รู้สึกดีใจครับ
The World Junior Championships is only the beginning for the 16-year-old. Kunlavat is eyeing more international glory as he continues to step up his game.
เป้าหมายของผมคือปีหน้า
My goal for next year? The Youth Olympics. I will try to win the gold medal for Thailand. After that, I hope to become a world champion and also an Olympic champion.
โอลิมปิกด้วยครับอยากขอกำลังใจ
And I would like to ask fans to come and support me and to cheer me on.
ไปเรื่อยๆครับ
Young, talented, and with time on his side, This could be the start to a long and illustrious journey for Kunlavut Viditsan. As he strives for excellence and bigger rewards, the Thai teenager will no doubt continue to make a name for himself on the international front. Now let's take a look at our Badminton Unlimited calendar.
Hi, I'm Muhammad Ahsan.
Hi, I'm Rian Agung Saputro.
Catch us on Badminton Unlimited.
Next week on the show, we chat with Muhammad Ahsan and Rian Agung Saputro about how they are managing expectations since their impressive run at the Total BWF World Championships in Scotland. Until then, take care.